So real quick, I'm going to summarize the research that I kind of went ahead and found. To the top left, we have the article cited titled Heat and Cold Packs for Neck and Back Strains, a randomized controlled trial of efficacy. In this experiment, 60 patients with either upper, lower, or neck strains were separated into two groups, and 31 had received hot pack, while the other 29 had received a cold pack. Unfortunately, the data didn't show whether one application was better than the next, but it did show that both cold and hot packs were effective pain relievers of the back, the upper and lower back, as well as the neck strains. This was assessed on a VAS, Visual Ascending Pain Scale, from 0 to 100, with 100 being the worst. This supports the idea that heat does in fact reduce pain. Next, we will review the bottom left article as well as the top right article. I feel that these two articles both kind of reflected the same results. The lower left article, titled Effects of Supplemental Heat Therapy in Multimodal Treated Chronic Low Back Pain Patients on Strength and Flexibility. 176 patients with chronic low back pain. Some of the patients were treated with heat therapy and without heat therapy, but all the patients had received multimodal treatment for 12 weeks. The findings of the experiment state that the patients that received both heat and multimodal therapy had increased strength and flexibility according to measurements taken before and after the 12-week period. Continuing on to the article to the top right, we have efficacy of superficial heat therapy as an adjunct to therapeutic exercise program in conservatively managed distal end radius fractures. In this experiment, we look at 18 patients with distal radial fractures, 9 of which received heat and therapeutic exercise, and 9 of which received just therapeutic exercise. The patients to receive both applications were discovered to have more increased ROM and strength and compared to the other group, which had received just therapeutic exercise, according to measurements taken during a 3-week, 10-session time frame. Lastly, we look at the article cited on the bottom right, titled Effects of Therapeutical Sequence of Hot Pack and Ultrasound on Physiological Response over Trigger Point of the Upper Trapezius. In this article, we discuss the significance of having a hot pack and then an ultrasound versus having an ultrasound and then a hot pack. The discovery shows that having a hot pack before ultrasound produces more pain relief than having an ultrasound and then a hot pack. I believe this starts to suggest the timing in which we do heat.